For decades, the global economy has been dictated by a single, invisible shape, a rigid, straight line extending infinitely forward at a relentless pace. If you map out this system, it follows three strict operational steps. You extract raw materials, you manufacture products, and you throw them away. Take, make, dispose. We built our entire modern industrial base on this exact sequence. Look at this late 19th century floor-level assembly process in a Manila cigar factory. The focus is entirely on pulling resources in one end and pushing products out the other. And that sequence always ends the exact same way. A consumer buys the product, uses it for a short time, and drops it into a landfill. The mathematical flaw here is obvious. You cannot run a system based on infinite extraction on a planet with a finite supply of raw materials. Right now, that rigid line is buckling under the massive volume of its own output. We are generating significantly more waste than our natural ecosystems can physically process. You can see it in the sheer density of plastics choking this waterway right next to an urban settlement. That physical blockage is mirrored by severe pollution building up in our atmosphere, occurring at the exact same time we rapidly deplete the virgin materials required by future generations. Because we are burning through resources faster than they can replenish, the supply chains that keep businesses running are becoming increasingly fragile. This habit of discarding resources represents a fatal design flaw in modern systems engineering. To survive, we have to bend that geometry. We have to create a circular economy. Instead of take, make, dispose, this loop relies on a continuous cycle to reduce, reuse, redesign, and regenerate. The critical phase is redesign. Products have to be engineered to outlast planned obsolescence, so they can be easily repaired instead of replaced. To keep this loop running at an industrial scale, economies rely on a concept called industrial symbiosis. Industrial symbiosis is a collaborative network where the waste output from one manufacturing process is collected and used as the direct raw material input for another facility. By maintaining a continuous feedback loop, you eliminate the concept of trash from a company's balance sheet entirely. The Philippines is actually an active testing ground for these models right now. You can see grassroots circularity thriving in everyday consumer habits. Look at the sheer volume of recirculated clothing being purchased and kept out of landfills inside this ukay-ukay store. We also have a robust, highly localized repair economy. Street-side operations like this repair stand actively keep complex electronics circulating in the market. Scale that up and you have massive Philippine economic zones implementing zero-waste manufacturing. This entire industrial complex is powered by a vast array of solar panels covering its rooftops. These existing behaviors prove that circularity is a fully functioning, scalable system capable of driving the local economy today. For Philippine business owners, circularity is an aggressive strategy for long-term profitability. When you aggressively reuse materials, your procurement costs for virgin resources drop drastically. This chart shows exactly how that impacts the bottom line. Expensive disposal processes shrink to zero, while a new revenue stream for secondary materials rises sharply. This closed-loop supply chain acts as a geopolitical hedge, insulating domestic operations from global resource price shocks. The linear model is failing, and successful businesses are already integrating into the circular cycle. Is your business prepared to adapt? Follow Sustain PH Studio for daily, actionable sustainability strategies designed for